Hi friends, can you believe it? We are in the final week of our class. I can't believe it. We're in the home stretch for sure. If you're feeling tired, you know what? It's well deserved. If you're feeling proud, that's well deserved too. And if you're feeling empowered and knowledgeable, that is definitely well deserved. We had an outstanding week of discussions about issues and trends of distance ed. Some of you need to go back and revisit the threads you started and engaged in, but in general, I think that the presentations this week kind of took us back to weeks 5 and 6 presentations as well. Basically, effective DE should include communication, collaboration, and be purposeful developed, no matter what the grade level. If you are a facilitator in week 7, please submit your reflections as a Google Doc in the research project assignment area of Canvas. For our final discussion, we're thinking holistically about the whole course. You have 2 articles. Well, one's a book chapter and one is a short article to read. It's going to take about half an hour. Keep in mind that Tim and I wrote the chapter about the eye makers in 2018. In the chapter, we look back and forward, and I think you'll see many connections with your own learners, especially after you've completed that DE experience. The other reading is a short reading that is something we want you to always think about as you continue with the program and start being seen as tech leaders. It was clear from the research set over the past few weeks that there are systems in place in education that they're not fair and they do not provide all learners with opportunities to learn and to shine with equity. However, as educators, we often talk about the systems that oppress certain groups, but when asked, not many educators can answer, well, where do we start to address these issues? This article is a starting place. The intent is that it will give you ideas to keep in the back of your mind as we continue to talk about the role technology can play in overcoming issues of inequity and oppression. Please note the different deadlines for our discussion in week 8. You'll also submit your final exam. It's optional. Optional means it's not extra credit. If you do not submit the final exam, the maximum percentage you can earn in the class is 90. The final is the remaining 10% of the course grade. Now, a 6-word story sounds easy, but it's not. A story is not a string of adjectives. It's a story. Perhaps it's the story of your growth this semester. Perhaps it's the story of your own DE experience. Perhaps you want to be more global and talk about other things that we've covered in the last 6 weeks. Please note, you'll just type your exam as a comment. If it takes you 6 seconds to do it, you probably haven't put enough thought into it. Finally, the DE experience. This is my favorite part of the class, and once again, thank you for those of you who've been emailing me and voxing me and sending me pictures already. I love it. Keep in mind, this is low stakes. Of course, I want it to have been amazing for you and your learners, but I understand that there might have been some wrinkles that still need to be ironed out. I'm not in a position to question what you did and what you didn't have to do. I want to hear, or I want to see the story, and I want to hear and see how you felt about it, how the students felt about it. If you had a guest speaker, what did the guest speaker feel about it? If you didn't like it, be honest, but think about what you could do differently so you might find enjoyment next time. If you worked with a partner or a team, each of you needs to submit. You should submit the same file, but if you choose, you can have individual documents for the reflection, or you can add them to the shared one. Each person will do their own reflection. 1 more week and you have your first course under your belt. I am around this weekend if you need me, and this is it, home stretch.